Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. We made it to another Tuesday. You know what that means? It's the Tackle It series. Oh my. So we're going to go through another bag, or at least part of a bag. We made it to the bottom of the last bag. I didn't finish the stuff. Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, we found the circular mitts pattern for this. Yes. And I lost stitches here, so I had to figure that out. So then I can finish that one, because I think I'm going to finish the pair. So we did find that. That's cool. All right. So we made it to the bottom of that bag, so it's time to grab another bag. Maybe I should actually start working on these things instead of just showing you guys. I know, crazy wild thought, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? Well, you know, we have to admit we have a problem before we can deal with it. I don't have a problem, by the way. I don't. I love my yarn and I love starting things and making things. A lot gets finished and some just doesn't. And that one didn't, but I haven't pulled it out and it still can. And I think I'd like to finish it. I think there are people that expressed interest in that. So I think that's one that I'd like to finish. I went over to my coat rack that is right off camera, right over here, and it is full of bags like this. This one says, I learned to knit in prison. There we go. And we've heard me talk about Renee from Nerd String. I know she doesn't dye yarn anymore, but this was one of her bags. I think it's adorable. So, shall we get in here? Let's see. Oh, there's a lot in here. I don't wanna. Oh, look at that. Look at that. This yarn is Metallico. It is a fine yarn. It's from Hobby. It's a Hobby yarn. There we go. Hobby. And it is 70% polyamide, 20% acrylic, 10% merino wool. It is a fine yarn and it's gorgeous. Look at that. It is a beautiful sheen. It is stunning. Let's see. I think I started. Yep. I do have something. What was I making? I was making... Where's the front side? This right here, I don't know when I started it, but this one right here, it was supposed to be another fingerless mitt. Look at that. Okay, that looks prettier than I remember. It's Vela's mitts, I think is what it, fingerless mitts. The fact that I remember some of this stuff is crazy. So it goes around like this. This little tab part right here, this tab part right here, you put a button right there. And it meets right here on this side, right? And there you go. So it's really pretty. It's a very fancy, just really delicate. It is a very delicate glove, like in long gloves, right? So that's what this is. And it is supposed to go like this. And then you finish the rest of it. And I did not like working with this yarn at the time. It's gorgeous. I think I thought it was a pain in the backside. I don't remember. It's been a lot of years. I'd have to give it another try because it is beautiful and I'm looking at it now. I'm like, I remember not liking it, but looking at it, it's stunning. What did I not like? That was a lot of years ago. That was a lot of sleep. I don't remember. But I didn't like it. I do know that. I didn't like the way that it was working, but looking at this is stunning. I'm just giving honest opinions. I just remember not liking it, but why? Look at that. That is gorgeous. Do I have something white to put next to it so we can see the background? No, I got a white square right here. I should probably... This is part of Alice. I should work on my Alice stuff. I have not. Okay, can we see that a little better against the white? Maybe. All right, so we can see the beautiful lace and then the picot edging. That is stunning. Huh. Why didn't I like it? I'm going to have to play with it some more. That's really pretty. I'm going to have to play with that some more. Look at that. It looks nice. It's working up beautifully. It feels good. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't get it. It's gorgeous. I mean, look at that sheen. That is stunning. I'm going to have to give it another try and see what it was that I either did like or don't like or something, because I got a bunch of it in here. There's a bunch. How much more do I have in here? I was wondering where this went. Look at that. I have a bunch of it. Is there more in here? Oh, let's see. Yep. I got other stuff in here. I don't know if I have more skeins or just the 3, but yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. I don't know. I got nothing. If you guys work with this, let me know what your opinion of it was or your feelings. I don't have any recent opinions on it. I don't have anything that hey, I just worked with it and I love it or I hate it. I would tell you guys. I really would. I don't know why I was not a fan of it, and that's why I didn't go any farther. I really do not know, but I know at the time I wasn't. But now I look at my piece, because we're talking at least 5 years, right? Pretty sure. Most everything I'm pulling out of here is at least 5 years. I'm seeing that, and that's stunning. What didn't I like? I'm going to have to come back to it on this one, guys. I really am. I want to give you an honest opinion. It's gorgeous. If you like it, I mean, it's stunning. There's no doubt. Here's the string of it, right? So it's whatever you think as far as size-wise. Yardage, did I tell you how many yards was in this? No. 70% polyamide, 20% acrylic, 10% merino, and it's 50 grams. Come on, come on. Come on, Mr. Tag. I can't see it. 50 grams, upside down, got it. How many yards? 289 yards, 265 meters, and it says use needles 3 millimeters. Okay, there you go. And I don't know if it says anything for crochet. It's down under the tag. But I'll have to come back on this one. I will. I want to give honest opinions. Looks-wise, gorgeous. Sheen, stunning. I think this would be stunning as a lace piece, which is probably why I was doing that with the fingerless mitts. But I don't know what it is about it. I don't know. I remember I bought that color. That to me, that looks very much like a mallard duck, with the head of the mallard duck with that sheen. And I think I bought a blue, more turquoisey color at the time, and I gave that one to a friend of mine, and I had this. I don't know if she ever did anything with hers, and I started this on mine and stopped it. So that's all I've got on that one. And I remember at the time thinking, I'll just give it away. I'm not a fan. But man, is that gorgeous. Have you worked with it? I'm sure one of you has to have worked with it, right? Could you put in the comments what your experience was? Is it just me? Am I remembering wrong? Because that could happen. Or, I don't know. Yeah, because that's beautiful. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Should we dig some more in here? I'm kind of afraid. I mean, we found that. Okay, so I've got a Nordica. I made a sweater with that one. Yes, I did. I love that. So I just have a label. Do I have anything else in here for Nordica? I've got more than that. I have a seam ripper. I got a seam ripper for hobby. Was this one of the free gift type things? They gave me a seam ripper. That's cool. All right. Never. Oh. Don't lose the seam ripper. At least it's not open. Won't stab anyone. Oh, I know what this is. I think we saw one of these previously. It's in that bin. It's in that blue bin right there. It's a sweater that was originally made with Crystal Palace yarn. I didn't use that yarn. Called Bunny Hop. It was the Bunny Hop sweater, and the yarn was Bunny Hop. Crystal Palace is no longer in business. The yarn is discontinued. And if you want the pattern, it is in the Wayback Machine. The fact I remember this stuff is crazy. But that's what this is. And I got ribbing. And I think this is an arm. That's an arm. I was making 2 of them. I was making them in tandem for my granddaughters, which this is not going to fit now. But that's okay. We got another granddaughter, right? She's 3, so there you go. So I have pieces. Look, see, that's the arm. What is that then? That's an arm. Yeah, that's an arm. Like a raglan. That's a raglan. What is this? Yeah. Oh, it's a raglan. Look at that. It is. It's a curled up mess. It's a raglan too. So it's not that pattern. It's not the Bunny Hop pattern. What am I making? What am I doing? I could figure that out, right? So yeah, that can't be like the front or the back. What is that for? I mean, it could be, but, and then you got a sleeve like that. I mean, it looks like 3 sleeves. That's not the case. Wow. Okay. I don't know. This one's at least blocked, or, you know, it's been in there long enough that it flattened out. This one also. So those are two, looks like sleeves. And, okay, how wide? Okay. It's got some width. All right. All right. The top is, so that'll fit one of the humans. That will fit one of the humans that we have. If not, it'll fit the baby human. Okay. That's a front or that's a back. I have no idea at this point. Do I have another piece? Okay. This is, that's a, I don't, this is another sleeve. Do I have pieces? What? I think this is two sweaters. I think I have, do I have all of the two sweaters or just, that's what I was doing. I was making matching sweaters that won't fit the girls because I did not get it done with them in time. So here's another arm. Here's, oh, these are flatter. Okay, look. Is that a front and a back? Maybe. So that's, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's beautiful. Okay, so then we have that, and all right. We can do mix and match, but I just want to show what it, there, see? Like that. Oh. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, let me get the other flat arm. That's pretty. That does not look like it's going to be enough room for a neck. Look at that. It's gonna like, if you don't like the child and you want to choke him to death, that's horrible. No, but that's gorgeous. I like it with the mix match sleeves, but that's not, and then this doesn't give any more space. Look, see? It's just got a couple stitches there. That's not, you can't fit a head through that. Right? That's, you can't do a head through that. That can't be the front and back. That's, all right. So, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, that's, do I have a pattern written down in here anywhere? No. Why would I have a pattern? No pattern. Okay. And that's another, yeah, I have what I thought were fronts and backs. This one obviously hasn't been blocked either. Oh my gosh. I have all the pieces, but that does not work. How big is that? That's no, that you can't fit a head through that. What? See? No easy button on this one. The only thing that I would be able to do, and I don't have the yarn, I don't think, is to, no. I was gonna say rip that back and then just go straight up to where you're not so decreased, but I don't think that that's salvageable. It's pretty. I mean, you lay that down and you've got both the raglans on that, and what, I mean, that isn't that gorgeous? But there's not enough stitches over here to really make that any bigger, right? That's not really that much bigger. A little bit bigger, but not a lot. That's just a couple stitches, right? I don't know. I'm gonna have to tape measure that. I'm confused, guys. I'm confused. That's two sweaters that could go to the youngest grandchild because they're not going to go to the people I was expecting it to go to. Alrighty, well, yeah, sometimes you win some, you lose some. I mean, I could, ooh, what's the yarn? Okay, I have the yarn. We know. This is a universal yarn, okay? It is called Adore Colors, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 273 yards each. This is a 55% superwash merino, 45% acrylic yarn. It is a lightweight number 3. That is the yarn that I am using. Here's some more. What is this? Any clue? Looks like a wooden screw of some sort. Look at that. Look at a wooden screw. I don't know what it's to, but that's what it looks like. A kid's toy? I'm not sure. All right, we're gonna just pretend like none of this happened. We're gonna shove that back in the bag, and I'm gonna come back to it maybe before the 3-year-old outgrows that type of thing. Yeah, and then the other thing that I have in there, ooh, I have some sparkly yarn. Look at that. That is some hand-dyed yarn. I do know that. It was 1 year with the girls for Christmas exchange. What we did is make little projects, just a tiny, and come up with your own little kit and put the yarn in it, any stuffing that needs to be in it, little eyeballs or what have you. And I ended up getting this, which was leftovers from a full skein of yarn. Gorgeous. I love sparkle. And what it is it was a star, a knit star ornament. And then I had stuffing in there, and I think I had some safety eyes in there. And of course, I've not actually done the kit, but this was the homemade kit that one of my friends made. So we all passed around little homemade kits like that. We just made up our own. And I thought that was a lot of fun for Christmas. That was a lot of fun. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh yeah, see, here's the red that I had to go with it. So everything came in it. So I had that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But that's where we're at on all of this stuff. What's in here? The weighted little beads to go with it. That was part of the kit. How fun is that? Yeah, so that's what's in this bag. It's a whole lot of confusion. Yeah, I don't know if I can even do anything with that. I really don't know, because that part that would be open for the neck, I don't think that's enough. I don't. I don't know what else I can do with it. Possible I could take out each one, and maybe we see how we do have a few stitches here. If I took this out and then ripped it back to there, maybe I would end up with a 5, like just rip out like 3 or 4 rows, and you can see that's now wider, right? And where's one of these so-called headpieces? Oh my gosh, right? And then do the same thing here, take out the same amount. So if I take out, down to there for the arms and here, that would give more space for a neck, and that's an option. It would also decrease the amount for, the raglan for the arms, so maybe it would choke their arms up. I don't know, but I think that's about the best that I would be able to do on that. Okay, that's going back in the bag. I don't want to play with that right now. No, that's probably why I went to bag the first time. I was working on them, having a blast, just knitting away, and at some point, I might have realized that, but I don't know. I don't know if that was the case, but I do have the pieces. I mean, does that not look like all the knitting's done for the kit? Kit, it's not a kit, but it looks like I have all the knitting, and it's just a matter of block them, because it does make it easier. As you can see, trying to sew this to something else is a little difficult, right? And this is one of the so-called front or back pieces, and that doesn't work, right? I didn't even realize see, there's the width. So it's got a decent size, and then you look at that, if that's the waistband right here, and then you got a neck that big. Who's that for? It's going in the bag. I'm gonna put this in the bag. I'm gonna put my beautiful sparkly, I don't know why I didn't like it, green. I do not know why I did not like it. And then you guys can tell me if you've used that green yarn, that hobby yarn, and if you liked it, what your experience was. I can't tell you why. Nope, can't tell you why. But that's what I have. And what have we decided today? We're going to shove it all back in the back and put it on the coat rack and act like it never even happened. Because some weeks it's just like that. Yeah, it hasn't seen the light of day in at least the last 3.5 years. I guess a few more just won't hurt. We're just going to tuck that in, and I'm going to work on something else. Maybe I'll work on these mitts. I do have to put it back on the needles though. Look at this. Look what I did. I mean, when these things are stuck in bags and stuff, yeah. So I've only got one and a partial needle actually attached. Look at that. There's no needles on that. And I thought about this the other day, since it's the Circle Mitts. If I remember, I'll link it. I'm not sure what row I'm on that. It's the weirdest looking thing, right? I might just, if I want to make the second one, just start it from scratch, pull it completely out, start from scratch, and then I'll have a full pair of mittens. I love the way that this goes in that circle and that unique construction. I think that's really a lot of fun. And you guys suggested that if I were to do that, maybe I could give it to one of my granddaughters and they might enjoy that. Who knows? Or there were a couple of you out there that you're like, oh, I would so wear that, and maybe I could do that too. But those are the things that I have. I'm gonna just, we're just gonna tuck all that away. Some weeks we work on a lot of the stuff. Other weeks, we just tuck it away and go, nope, don't have that. Don't have it in me. And right now with that, I don't have it in me. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.